The Packers have played their 4 quarters. Now it's time for the 5th quarter.
It's a pleasure to introduce our guest this evening. He is a rookie out of Eastern Kentucky by way of the University of Connecticut. Signed with the Packers in May, and he was just going to be a camp arm. Come on in, throw the ball around a little bit so we don't wear out Rodgers, Hundley, and Kaiser. But lo and behold, this guy's like one of only 50 in the world who was on an NFL roster at the quarterback position, and he earned it, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Tim Boyle to the Stadium View and the 5th quarter. Hello, Tim.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so you get here, but that's just the start. How hard was it not to be overwhelmed by, plopping this playbook down and this language and then going out and executing it? And it didn't take long, Tim, for me to realize your arm's fantastic. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But playing the position is quite another matter. But the more we watched, the more everyone, I think, watching every day at camp was going, geez Louise, how did nobody else see this?
Yeah, I like the fact that I was kind of under the radar, and the Packers, got a quarterback, like you said, probably went into it thinking they were going to get a camp arm, and I came in here and I impressed some people, which is always the plan. But yeah, it's like you said, the playbook, you don't really know until you see it for the first time and you try to read through it, and it's just so you guys know, it's a pretty complex offense. And Aaron,
yeah, I think it's so.
Aaron's obviously, this is his 14th year. He's been in the same offense for 13 years, so it's pretty much like reading the same book over and over, so you guys can figure out how that goes. That's why he's so dynamic and so smart in the offense. But truthfully, I was swimming probably a good month before preseason. I was struggling, and my girlfriend can attest to this, that I'd be at the hotels late night just on my iPad going through it.
36 jet, razor, 4 goals, 7 slot. Come on, Morgan, help me out.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And you have to learn how to, prioritize certain things in your life, because now this is not just a hobby. This is my job. I'm getting paid for it. But like you said, it's getting reps. It's getting comfortable with the system. And as training camp progressed and as the preseason progressed, I got more and more comfortable. And now it's like the back of my hand.
And you got a lot of snaps in the preseason.
I did. I'm lucky, because a lot of guys said that 4-string quarterbacks don't really get a whole lot of reps.
They don't.
So
how do you run through that playbook?
Yeah, so my 5 years in college, I had 4 different offensive coordinators.
Oh, that
so
helped.
I was in 4 different offenses in college, which helped tremendously. I think the biggest thing that you learn as you are in different offenses is the verbiage changes. So obviously, the higher up you get, high school, college, the pros, they put a lot more on the quarterback's plate. So I think the challenge for me was trying to digest the verbiage that they gave me and turn it into the knowledge that I previously had in my mind, and then all the checks and all the different alarms and the plays on plays that you can run. I had to kind of really dive into those and understand why we're calling certain plays. But just from a verbiage standpoint, just trying to spit some of these words out fast. You have to hear it in your helmet one time, and the biggest thing is you have to picture it, because once you picture it in your head, you can confidently walk into the huddle and you can, tell your other 10 guys what the play is. But, when the offense coordinator puts it in your helmet one time and you're thinking about what the formation is or the protection or the run, you have to go back into the huddle and you have to spit it back out. It's challenging. It's like me telling you a 15-word sentence one time, and you got to memorize it and spit it back out to a bunch of 10 guys looking at you. So it's challenging.
I would imagine. First time you hear it, you're probably blubbering like a drunk, trying to tell your guy, this is it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where the whole the stereotype of rookies, like rookie quarterbacks. It's real.
So you could feel for Josh a little bit yesterday.
Yeah,
and what he had to go through. So I just wanted to ask you about, you are a rookie, Josh Allen's a rookie, Darnold's playing, Mayfield's playing, Rosen's playing. They're all playing a lot right now. Just from your experience of the preseason action and what Allen was experiencing, we talked about it at the top. He is seeing formations defensively that he probably hadn't seen a whole lot on film. I know Mike Pettin dialed up a lot of new things. The whole processing of that information and trying to run the play, it just doesn't happen as fast for a guy who's processing that information, and that's what happens to him.
Yeah, it's challenging. Going from college to NFL and trying to start at the quarterback position is challenging.
Impossible, yeah.
It has to be a very quarterback-friendly system. You know, I think I don't think any other teams will admit it, but I think a lot of the offense kind of, I wouldn't say dumbs down, but it gets a little more condensed when you have a rookie quarterback, just to take a little bit off his plate. But you know, Josh, all the quarterbacks, you know, all the rookie quarterbacks are doing a great job. But it's like you said, it is challenging. And I'm speaking from experience from preseason games. I mean, it's challenging to play in the NFL. To, you know, like I said, look at your other 10 guys in the huddle, look them in the eye, and say, you know, this is the play. Go out there, see the defense, try to execute the play under a good defense. I mean, when you have a defense who shuts out a team for the first time in 8 years,
yeah,
I mean, we're playing some good.
Very hard to
defenses
do,
for
no
that.
question about it. Only the second this year in the NFL.